Hello. Today we are going to be talking about section 8.1, which is a very central concept of second semester geometry, and that is the concept of ratio and proportion. So our goal when we look at a ratio, we want to be comparing two numbers that are in the same units. And because the ratio is in a way a over b, which we are dividing by, the denominator cannot be 0. And we also want to make sure that the ratios are expressed in simplified form. So let's say we have a ratio like 6 to 8. We're going to be simplifying that as 3 to 4 because 2 goes into both 6 and 8. So for instance, let's say that we want to simplify two ratios. Let's say we have 12 centimeters over 4 meters. Now, somebody may be foolish and say, oh, 12 to 4, that's 3 times as big. 12 centimeters is 3 times as big as 4 meters. But that's a misconception. They have to be in the same units. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about 12 centimeters over 4 meters. And we want to think about how many centimeters are in a meter. So I'm going to do 12 centimeters over 4 times 100 centimeters. So we're converting and getting rid of those units. And we get 12 over 400, which we can simplify to 3 over 100. And then in part B, we ask ourselves how many inches are in a foot. So when we see 1 foot, we just substitute in 12 inches. And then we can get 72 over 18, and that simplifies to 4 over 1. We can use ratios, for instance, on these geometric theme problems. Like we could look at a perimeter of a rectangle having a perimeter of 60 centimeters, and the ratio of AB to BC is 3 to 2. So we can actually substitute. If you can see the red L, we could substitute as 3x. So that's the length. And then the width of the rectangle is the blue. And we can plug 2x in for that. And we don't know what it's going to be scaled by. That's what x kind of is. And we just plug it into our equation to 3x into 2x. So I get 2 times 3x plus 2 times 2x to get 60. So 6x plus 4x equals 60. And as a result, we get 10x is equal to 60. We're going to divide both sides by 10 to get 6. And I can just plug in 6 for my x. And I can see that my length is going to be 18. And my width is going to be 12. And then I can just add those and see if they equal to 60. We could do extended ratios where we can compare more numbers than 2. So maybe we have this triangle. The angles are in a ratio of 1 to 2 to 3. So I could have x, 2x, 3x, and I could find each of the angle measures. And of course, we want to think about what do the 3 angles add up to in a triangle. And they add up to a total of 6x, or equal to 180. And we divide both sides by 6. Get 30. We could also use ratios to figure out similar sides. So let's say we want to find different sides in this triangle. What we could do, we could kind of observe that the corresponding side lengths are 2 to 1. So that means that the sides in the bigger triangle are twice as big as the sides in the smaller triangle. So 8 would be DE, and then AB would be half of that. So that would be 4. We can also use the Pythagorean theorem now that we can find a missing side, and then we can find the other missing sides by just multiplying by 2. What makes things a little bit more interesting in our second semester geometry is our ability to compare two ratios together, and we can talk about this concept of proportion, where we are equating two ratios together. So the red numbers here are the means and the blue numbers are the extremes. And you can cross multiply by multiplying the extremes together and equaling them to the means. We call that cross multiplication, so we just multiply diagonally. And it also doesn't matter if we're doing A over B or B over A, as long as we're changing to D over C. That's the reciprocal property. With cross multiplication, actually you could just go immediately and cross multiply unlike the textbook. The textbook is showing it a little bit longer, but what you can do is you can use, let me just see if I can, I guess maybe not. Oh well. Oh well. So we can always cross multiply too. So like on part B, we could do 3y equals 2 times 2 times y plus 2. For the proportion word problems, I'm going to put another YouTube video on this tab that you'll be able to see me actually solving the proportion problem. But you're welcome to read some of these in the textbook here too before you start your book assignment. So thank you for listening, and good luck.